My Swiss-made journey started with the PRX. My reference was the Glacier Blue Powermatic 80 in 40 millimeters. What is said about the bracelet is true. I think this watch punches a little bit above its weight class as far as finishing. It's a nice fit and has the potential to be the perfect everyday sports/dress watch. The versatility and styling makes this one of the best well-packaged watches in the market right now. I thought Genta-inspired integrated sports watches were starting to fall off a bit, but with Patek releasing the Cubitus and Citizen creating gems like the Suyosa and Zenshin Forza, I think the integrated style is here to stay for a bit. I went through a borderline psychotic moon swatch phase. At one point, I think I owned like 5: Earth, Jupiter, Mercury, Pluto, and finally Moon. I've sold or traded 4 out of the 5, and only the Moon remains now in my collection. I have some thoughts about the Moon swatch era, and I'm working on a review that should be coming out pretty soon. My next Swiss watch acquisition was a Oris TT1 GMT. I got this on a trade where I traded the Jupiter, Mercury, and Pluto moon swatches. I like this watch. It was a fantastic finished watch. The bracelet was amazing, but I didn't love it. I got it because I was about to do some international travel and wanted a GMT. If you're a channel regular, then you know that I traded this for a Seiko SKX 007. Again, terrible trade for me as far as value, but the SKX is one of my most worn watches in my collection right now, so it's all good. Last year for our 10-year anniversary. Baby, are you gonna sit down or what? Come here. Say hi. Who is that? Oh, that's Chili Girl. That's Chili Girl. Alright, baby. Say hi. Okay, go lay down. Okay. Last year for our 10-year anniversary, my wife surprised me with a Tudor Black Bay, reference 79733N. It's a champagne dial steel and gold in 41 millimeters. I love this watch so much despite some negative flack it gets on the web. Yes, it's junky. No, I don't mind the rivets on the bracelet. No, I don't mind the non-color match date window at the 3. No, I think the snowflake hand is a nice touch and gives this watch distinction. No, I don't regret buying this over a Pelagos. No, Tudor is not a poor man's Rolex. I have some thoughts on this watch and its impact it's had, and we'll get into that later on in this video. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted a Datejust. In my life, owning and wearing a watch was heavily inspired by hip-hop culture and gangster films. I feel like whenever I saw one of those fluted bezels, it just made me feel something. And from that point on, owning the real deal was ingrained in my brain. This is my Rolex reference 16233. It's a U serial from 1997. This watch is super gaudy and embodies that ultra Liberace type of feel. This watch has so much significance in my life and collection that it'll be a mainstay forever. My latest Swiss-made acquisition is the C1 Moon Phase from Christopher Ward. Ever since this watch was announced in late 2023, I knew I wanted to have it as my moon phase complication in my collection. It's bold, it's beautiful, it's different. It is moving art on your wrist. There will be a review of this watch coming, hopefully soon. Well, relatively soon. Of all the Swiss-made watches I own, I would say the Black Bay is my favorite. The Black Bay is a really popular watch, but it's popular for good reason. It's really well made. Every reference Tudor has made of this watch looks and feels really great. The finishing is done to perfection. The newer Kinesi chronometer certified movement models are very accurate and reliable. And I would say the biggest standout of this watch for me is the bracelet and the clasp. The The price point of the Black Bay hits where it's definitely going to sting a bit. It's a noticeable stab, I would say, but one that fades easily over time because it's a watch that's built to last generations. I feel confident that I'll be able to keep this watch for the rest of my life, and it has a timeless design. One of my favorite creators, Mike from This Watch, That Watch, he said something in one of his videos that stuck with me. He said something along the lines of, any modern watch from $4,000 and above is going to have undeniable, noticeable quality, and whatever you choose really boils down to preference. So, is the Black Bay a luxury watch trap? I don't think so. I think it's the perfect apex where some collectors veer in the direction of attaining higher levels of luxury, or some collectors veer in the direction of rounding out their collections with other affordable pieces, having the Black Bay be that one luxury purchase in their collection. I have one very wealthy collector friend that bought a 58 to be his everyday wear, and another wealthy collector friend that won't even look at Tudor because to him, there's no point if you can buy Rolexes. Must be nice. I have a few friends that made their 58 their one and done, but they're not really collectors or enthusiasts, so that doesn't really count. But with that being said, I would say the Black Bay 58, or any Black Bay for that matter, is definitely a top candidate for a one-watch collection. In the mainstream Swiss watch world, Tudor sits right in the middle between Longines and Omega. Given its heritage and connection to Rolex, I think it's in a really great place and a brand I always bring into the conversation when suggesting first luxury Swiss watch purchases around the $5,000 range. I don't know if my Black Bay will be a forever replacement for a Submariner. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yes, Kevin, I can feel your anger.
But one thing I do know is, I love wearing this watch, and I don't plan on getting rid of it anytime soon. I must emphasize, your collecting journey is yours and yours alone. Sure, us watch nerds get bombarded with self-inflicted content every time we open the YouTube app, but the truth lies with you. Get what you like, man. It's that simple.